we're back. No more pansy wrestling. We get the stuff that we got as a kid. Mama nostalgia is activated. The negative parts that I have about this, and it's not about politics. It's not about whether Yo, what is going on? You are tuned in to Hear These Thoughts YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am your host, Preston. Today, I'm shiny shirt Presty, shimmer, shimmer, shimmer. You know what I'm saying? Got a glow on them. But anyways, if you guys could do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell next to it to get an update every time I upload a video. I will greatly appreciate it. But today, I'm going to talk about something that I've never really talked about on this channel. If you didn't know, I am a wrestling fan. I've been watching wrestling since forever. It doesn't matter if it's the bigger promotions like WWE, AEW, WCW, or the smaller indie promotions like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, or if we're talking about WoW, Shimmer, MLW, the list goes on and on and on and on. And I've been watching a lot of that over almost 2 decades, all of that stuff considered. But anyways, this news right here has a lot of WWE/WWF fans going crazy. And now WWE have announced the other day, and if you guys haven't watched wrestling in a long time, WWF is now WWE, that they will be going to a TVMA format, a more mature format than they are doing now. And a lot of, from what I've seen online, I don't know if that encompasses all of it, but most likely it doesn't because it's just the internet. People are going crazy, like, oh my God, yes, we're back. No more pansy wrestling. We get the stuff that we got as a kid. Mama nostalgia is activated. Yeah, thank you, Vince. And they're going crazy, which I understand. Any hope that we might go back to what you grew up in nostalgia days, like I went crazy over the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game because it reminded me of Turtles in Time that I used to play with my brother when I was little. So I understand the passion and the excitement that comes behind that. But here's the thing, if you know anything about TV programming nowadays, or what times that we're in 2022, if you think we're going to go back to the Attitude Era, to that level of raunchiness, sorry I hit the mic, level of raunchiness, the level of explicit stuff, then we aren't going anywhere near that. There is no way that The Godfather is going to survive nowadays. There's no way a wrestler like Val Venus is going to survive in these times. There's no way that we're going to get away with an old woman like Mae Young having a hand as a baby, or there's no way we're going to get away with mud wrestling or bikini contests, or having Jerry King Lawyer saying someone's puppies are out. You hearing the word puppies, like that's not going to happen today. That's not going to ride. But I'm very interested in what this means for WWE, because the only thing I can think of is that maybe they'll up the level of blood, or maybe they'll add a little bit more explicit language. But outside of that, I can't think of anything else that's happening, these are things that are kind of happening in AEW right now anyway. And it's kind of interesting to go from a PG era where it's safe for all the kids to all of a sudden just like that turn back up to TVMA, because from the announcement, they're going to switch over to it in July 18th of this year. And a lot of the times when WWE makes announcements for future plannings, is usually months in advance or maybe even years. So this happening so fast is very, very interesting, because that's the quickest I've seen some type of change like that happen, because this does affect their company, because WWE is a publicly owned company, and they also have partnerships with foundations like the Susan G. Komen Foundation or the Make-A-Wish, and so on and so forth. So I wonder how that affects those partnerships, and if those companies want to deal with WWE when they have certain things on their network that's a little risque when it comes to reputations and things like that. Now, they did say that this was going to happen to Raw, which is also on the USA Network. So it begs the question, how is this going to affect the rating on NXT? Which, if it happened in NXT, I would much rather it happen that way as opposed to Raw and SmackDown, because NXT isn't like a company that they're trying to use to gain partnerships for these companies that are catered towards kids. And if NXT were to get the mature rating, I would love it for them to go back to the gold and black branding, right? Like the NXT 2.0 is cool, but I don't think having a mature rating would match up with all the colors and everything they got going on now. NXT, the black and gold brand, it would go perfectly like that. And if anyone who's watching this video right now has been watching NXT since its inception up until now, you guys know up until probably the last year of it being the black and gold brand, that was a perfect way to do a wrestling show. You know, every takeover, which is their pay-per-views, they've had bangers after bangers. Every takeover had at least a match that you can consider a match of the year, or at least a classic. Like, you've had those things going on. So can you imagine just the mic work going on with it being TVMA. Now, it may be a little harder for them to transition into the main roster and kind of tone down those things, but if it's possible, they can do that. But I think it fits well with this. The only way that I think it fits well with Raw is because the name of the show is Raw, so it would make more sense. And USA has a lot of shows that have like TVMA ratings, so it's not like a huge surprise. Now, SmackDown, on the other hand, with them being on Fox, I'm not sure what Fox would want to do with that. I don't know if they want to keep that as the flagship show to gain a lot of like partnerships with people who aren't in favor of TVMA ratings when it comes to shows. So it's interesting to see how that will turn out. But again, if you think this is going to be like the Attitude Era, there's no way we're getting the Godfather. No way we're getting wrestlers like Val Venus. There's no way we're getting wrestlers dressed like Sable, or we're having mud wrestling matches, or people doing just crazy stuff behind the scenes. That's just not going to happen. So I'm not trying to down your faith in the show, but just don't get too excited expecting something that's going to happen that really isn't going to happen. I'm sorry. There's certain things back in the day when you grew up that they just cannot recreate, and it will never be the same because, one, the times are different, but two, you've gotten older, and there's things that you see different when it comes to things in life. But anyways, what do you guys think about this announcement? Thank you guys so much for watching again. Salute, peace, have a good day.